Hello, my name is Caleb Wharton. I'm one of the level designers at Diamond Games, and today we're going to be talking about how agility can save your multiplayer level designs. To start, we're going to look at some large-scale multiplayer level designs, such as PUBG, Warzone, and Fortnite, and look at how they tackled the issue of bathroom camping. Games like PUBG and Warzone utilize longer sight lines by adding windows or doorways in front of the bathroom doors to allow players to breach the door and have a longer sight to fire into the bathroom, kind of decreasing that advantage that a lot of the bathroom campers would have. Whereas games like Fortnite utilize their destructible environment, and they don't necessarily have to have those longer sight lines because players can break through the wall or any surface in the bathroom. So why do players camp? A lot of players camp for various reasons. Some camp just for the fun of it and just for the memes. Other players actually camp just to increase their KDR or maybe to hold a better sight line to get an advantage over the opposing players. So this leaves us level designers with a common issue of how are we going to design our bathrooms? There's one way in and usually one way out, and if we do that, it gives the campers an advantage and can provide angles for them. So how are we going to solve this? I'm going to walk you through the steps of how I would go about tackling an issue like this by using Agile methodology. So now we'll look at the problematic area in our game. Here, looking in Zone 1, or Zone A, we look at the cave area where we have a generator room and we needed to add in a little break area for the employees that worked in this sector. So adding this into the generator room only created one pathway to get into the room and one pathway to get out. I like to start by adopting a rule set. For this instance, we'll say the rule would be we need to have a minimum of 2 entrances/exits into the room. Next, I would go about adjusting or adapting the 2D top-down layout that we've created. When making adjustments to the 2D layout, I like to look at it through a hierarchical manner. So I'll look at it from the largest down to the smallest room. So if we look at it as a whole, starting at Zone A, the whole cave, and then go into the generator rooms, and then the singular generator room, then we'd look at the break room and then that singular bathroom. During this step, it's also helpful to approach it like it's a puzzle. There is a solution, we just need to find it. So moving the rooms around and rotating them will help you to visualize it better than you would in the editor moving things around. So with the rooms moved around and rotated to our favor, now I start drawing my new pathways. A lot of experienced level designers will implicitly do this, but newer level designers should also consider the foundations when making these pathways. Consider player guidance. Does this pathway implicitly draw the player there? Is the intersecting angle going to work with lighting and expose the doorway to every player? Is the doorway going to be visible from both directions the player is coming from? And ease of understanding. You want to make sure that the pathways make sense, like it's a functional structure. The pathway shouldn't be snaking around if it's an industrial plant. Industrial plants probably wouldn't spend the money to make snaking pathways for nothing. And then we also should look at the level flow. Does this pathway adhere to our levels flow? Is it going to take too long of a transition to move from one room to another? Are there areas that will impede and slow down the player? Or should there be this area that impedes and slow down the player? So those are some things that newer level designers should really take into consideration when drawing these pathways. The final steps of the process are going to be checking your work. You know, we all make mistakes. Checking our work is what sets us apart as professionals from the hobbyists. It ensures that our work quality can stand toe-to-toe with the best. And then we go in and implement the work. Make the pathways, test them out, make sure that they are functional, they work, and the players don't get trapped anywhere. In summation, Agile methodologies help us as level designers to adapt new ideas during development, solve issues that arise with ease, and create levels that work for our players. So if you took something away from this video or enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button with the bell, leave a comment to stay up to date with the latest in Diamond Games level design development. Thanks, have a good one.